Hello there and welcome to this week's angel reading. My name's Rachel Scoltock and every week I come to you with some cards and clear messages from the angels for your week ahead. So this is going to help you overcome challenges, see the path and the theme of the week ahead, maybe anticipate any energy shifts or changes that are coming, and receive the messages from the angels. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, just take a long, big, deep breath in, really fill your lungs, and then slowly exhale and set the intention to be as receptive and open to the angels and their messages for you as you possibly can be. And ask to be switched into your higher self. So whenever you're in a bad mood or you feel angry about something or someone, or you're in a conflict, or you feel guilty, you're beating yourself up, that means you flipped into your lower self. And your lower self, that's where all of those old negative messages come from, all of that kind of putting yourself down, blaming other people, judging yourself and others. So when you're in that state, you're not receptive to the higher forces, to the angels and to the divine spirit and your source, the energy from which all that you need comes. So if you just ask your angels to switch you back into your higher self, and you take a deep breath and you set that intention with the full knowledge that you are a divine being of light, that you have a conscious connection to source, and that when you're tuned into that source, you can manifest, you can create, you can change the situation that you're in, you can start to feel better. And that's what it's all about. So I was really torn today between using the Archangel Michael cards and the Archangel cards and the Angel Prayer cards. So I'm going to use them all. How about that? So we'll start with these beautiful Angel Prayer cards, which are kind of like my new toy at the moment, from Kyle Gray, the Scottish angel man. He's rather wonderful. He's got lots of great insights from his perspective with the angels, and it really resonates with me too. So we'll see what these cards have to say from the angels' messages. So whenever we're shuffling the cards, we're always making sure that we're asking our angels for help, because we don't want our lower self answering the questions. We don't want a lower being or a spirit or even, deceased great-grandma answering the question. We want it to come from the highest source of all, the angels and God, that's where the angels come from. So I'm asking the angels, what message do you have this week for the beautiful people watching and listening to this recording? And they've told me to pull 2 cards out. Okay, and I'll come back to the other card decks afterwards. So the first card that came out is this beautiful angel card with, you can see the angel, she's sort of standing on the edge of a rock. And there are beautiful birds in the background flying forwards. And she's got her arms in the air. It's like she's ready to take a step forward. Now, the message is take a step back. But what that means is when you step back from what is not serving you, the things, the people, the emotions, the situations that are, not holding you back from your journey. When you step away from those situations, then you allow divine source to come in and to resolve it, to clear it, or to just take you on the path that you're meant to be on. So this is saying that there might be certain situations that you're involved in at the moment where it's just not serving you. And the more that you try to get involved with it, the more that you try to sort it out, the more that you try to figure it out in your mind, or you try to, explain yourself, or, try to argue, that's not helping at all. It's just adding more negative energy to the negative energy that already exists. It's creating a big tangled ball of wool, and it's sucking your life force. It's draining your energy. So the angels are saying it's time to step back, let go, surrender it to the angels. Say, here, you can have this. Please take care of it for me. I'm going off to work on my life purpose. I'm going off to rest and recharge my energies and to reconnect to source. Because if you'll keep going into this situation, it's just going to suck you dry, and it's going to pull you further and further off track. So it's very important that you take a step back from what is not serving. Now, you can ask your angels to help you with that. I love the symbolism of the birds in this. because birds often represent angels, and the angels will often send us a bird to kind of wake us up. I spoke in my blog a couple of weeks ago about a beautiful white dove that came into my presence and sat over me for a couple of hours. You might find a feather. You know, the symbolism of birds is very, very connected historically with angels, and the angels with their wings, of course. So look out for that. You might see a beautiful bird, you know, an unusual bird, something on your TV screen or in nature around you. Take note of that. Maybe Google symbolism of this animal, of this bird. But pay attention to what the birds are doing around you at the moment as well. The second card that came out is the Divine Physician, Archangel Raphael. Now, Raphael is the healing angel, the healing archangel. It's like God uses Archangel Raphael as his healing channel. So if ever you need help for whether it be a headache or tummy problems or hormonal problems or something more serious, you can call on Archangel Raphael directly or ask Divine Spirit, God, or your guardian angels to send you a healing angel. And Archangel Raphael will be the one that directs the healing in your life. The same goes if you've got a family member, a pet, or anyone else that's suffering from health issues. You can ask Raphael to be with them and to work through the physicians, the surgeons, the healers, whoever that person's going to. The same goes for yourself. So if you connect with Raphael's helping you to have a higher vibration in your physical body at this moment. Now, you might have noticed lots of people are going through different symptoms at the moment, and you might be one of them. And part of the reason for some of the symptoms, I'm not saying everything, I'm not a doctor, is that we're going through these energetic shifts where our bodies are actually changing to a higher frequency, and that can cause us to feel a bit toxic, a bit yuck, a bit run down, a bit fluey, a bit headachy and things like that. But that doesn't mean that that's necessarily true. So make sure that you do go and see your doctor of choice. But you can call on Archangel Raphael to stabilize you and take you through any detoxification that you're going through in a more smooth way. So calling on Raphael to help you to have a healing body. You've probably been getting lots of guidance recently to change the way that you're treating your body. So it might be the chemicals that you put on through your skin, your hair. It might be through the foods that you're eating or the water that you're drinking, anything that might be sort of draining your proper energy away from your body. So in order for you to be running on the correct energy in your body, you need to be eating high vibrational foods that are like organic vegetables and lots of green, so that your body is running on its highest possible. It's like putting the best fuel in your car. Whereas if you're eating lots of junk food, that's going to lower your vibration. That's going to make you tired. You're going to be running on a different kind of energy, sugar and adrenaline. And you're also going to find that your psychic and intuitive vibes shut down because you need a lot of life force energy for your intuition to work. So if you're wondering why you're not connecting with your angels, or you're not feeling as connected as usual, or you'd really like to visualize and see your angels and you're not, think about changing your diet to lifting to a higher vibration of foods, because that really supports your nervous system in those parts of your energy being able to work properly. So it's like changing your batteries. You go from a cheap, $1 battery to the best battery you can have. That's what it's like with the food that you put in your body. So Archangel Michael is giving me a nudge to keep moving. Okay, and another card from the Archangel cards. So, hey, that one jumped out. Woo! So, two beautiful cards for you. Now, Archangel Michael's card, they're really talking to us this week about our vibration and what is draining us. So it might be a great exercise for you to do is to get a big piece of paper, draw a line down the center, on the top of one column, write what energizes me, and on the other column, write what drains me. And just do like a brainstorm, a stream of consciousness writing where you write all the different elements in your life, whether it's work that you do, people you hang out with, foods that you eat, and just intuitively put each of those things into a column of what drains you or what energizes you. You know, when you think about, okay, when I watch this TV show that I love, do I feel energized in a positive way? As in, do I feel excited? Do I feel blessed? Does it leave me with a feeling of positive energy afterwards? Or do I feel drained? Maybe you get excited about it, but that's because it's giving you an adrenaline kick, and afterwards you feel flat and empty. So that would be something that drains you. So that all of the emotions that you feel in every single day are telling you what it is good for you and what is not good for you, what brings you closer to source and what takes you away from source. So one of the things that takes you away from source is guilt. And we spoke about guilt in earlier videos, but it's come up again, and it's saying you need to be able to see yourself and others through the eyes of the angels, which is through like innocent eyes, pure eyes, like a baby. And it's okay for you to say, right, that energy is not good for me, but that energy is good for me. Now, that isn't judgment, that's discernment, where you can say, okay, I'm not going to hang out with those people anymore, because whenever I hang out with them, I feel sick, I feel de-energized, I feel drained, I feel guilty because I gossip and I don't behave like I like myself to be. That's not judgment, that's discernment. Whereas a judgment would say those people are horrible people, they're bad people, they're evil, they're probably trying to ruin my life. That's judgment and paranoia. So you've got to know the difference. So when you start to get more discerning, you can be more loving in your perspective towards yourself and others, and not beat yourself up and not give crap to others. And that cleans up your vibration. It makes you more intuitive. It makes you clearer. It makes you closer to your angels. So this is about recognizing that any guilt that you're holding on to right now is just no good for you, and you need to let it go. So maybe you just need to make amends. Maybe you just need to say a sincere sorry, maybe psychically, or write a letter, or say it physically. So funny that this should come up, because I had a conversation about this morning. Sometimes we can't make amends, as in we can't go back to that person, or we can't go back in time and do what we want to do. But we can do it in our hearts, and then we forgive it and let it go. That's what we're supposed to do. Clean things up, forgive them, and let them go. Then you're not dragging them around in a big cart behind you, feeling bad about yourself and casting aspersions onto others. The final card for this week is divine order. Trust that everything is how it's meant to be. It doesn't mean that you've got to stay stuck, but what it does mean is that things come into our life to give us this discernment, to teach us what it is that we most need to know. And so a good situation, a bad situation, it teaches us something. It doesn't mean we've got to stay there. It doesn't mean that we've got to talk about it for the rest of our lives about how bad it was. But Spirit and our angels really want us to hurry up and move on. They want us to, not because they're judging us for or criticizing us, but because they can see that we're holding ourselves back when we complain and go back in time too much, that we're holding ourselves back from the amazing things that are waiting for us. Every time you complain and go back into a negative, you're going back into a space which is like a holding vibration, where you can't get to that thing that you've been praying for a long time. So someone's trying to manifest their soulmate, their life partner, somebody beautiful that they can spend their life with, and they're thinking about their ex who was horrible and would beat them up and was mean and caused troubles in their life. Of course, that's a compelling story, and it's an awful story, and it's right that you're no longer with that person. But you have to clean it up. You have to clean up that energy vibration so it's not sitting in your vibration anymore, so that you can spring up beyond Mr. or Mrs. Yucky and come and meet Mr. or Mrs. Wonderful, if that makes sense, or Mr. or Miss Wonderful. You don't want to steal someone else's partner. That's not cool. So Archangel Raguel is here, the angel of harmony, saying it's time to harmonize your vibration. Recognize that everything happens for a reason. Nothing is lost. Nothing, no lesson that you've ever learned is lost. It's up here, it's in your energy field, but you can clean it up, let it go, and move forward. And know that there is a divine order to everything. And maybe your soul signed up for that particular lesson. Time to take responsibility for your bit in it and say, okay, I am the only one who's driving the bus called me. So I have to take back my power and move forward to the next beautiful, wonderful element that's waiting for me. The manifestation. So thinking about what you do want rather than what you don't want. So we've had a look this week at clearing away situations that are draining you and holding you back, cleaning up your emotions, cleaning up your physical health, and coming back into balance. Just look at Archangel Raguel here holding the scales, coming back into balance. What's tipping the balance for you this week? What's making you feel not good, or what's pushing your buttons or making you overwork or stressing you? And what can you take off of that side so that you can come back into balance and walk through the rest of the week feeling calm and peaceful and connected to the divine source? So that's my prayer for you this week, that you will find balance, that you will feel connected to your angels and the divine source, and that you will know that your angels surround you with guidance and signs, and that you'll find a really beautiful sign this week that gives you that inner knowing that the universe has your back, that you are taken care of. So I am off to Uluru on Friday, and then I'm away for a week or so, and then I'm back into it. So you may or may not hear from me next Monday. It really does depend on how I feel after I've been teaching all weekend. If not, you'll see my daily readings on Instagram, and I'm sending you angel blessings from my heart to yours. Take care.